Good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, good morning, good morning. It was funny, I was having small talk. Someone that knows me, like a store I've been to a couple of times, and the guy's like, yeah, and then if you don't have your accent, I don't choose to talk like this. It is a completely fake accent, but it's not purposeful. So when I used to work on Wall Street, as anybody knows me by now, I'm not shy to do the extra work to get the extra benefit, right? And in this situation, a good result. And I would come in at 2 or 3 in the morning and spend those mornings calling overseas. What Wall Street stockbroker is coming in at 2 or 3 in the morning and calling overseas? Therefore, those people that I would call wouldn't be bombarded with so many calls. Therefore, they'd have the time to talk to me and they'd respect me because I got in early and yada, yada, yada. But because in Europe, everyone's first language isn't English, but yet everybody knows English, it was always important to Andy to enunciate all of my syllables. So for many, many years, I spoke like this, like I practiced it. And now it just, I don't know, it's stuck with me. And so a little bit of an update, and I don't have much of an update, but at the stage that we're at right now, the only bad update is a bad update. No update is a good update, and a good update is a great update. Everything is in the hands of the professionals at the moment. The 11 companies, as of 2 weeks ago, I believe Thursday, I spent a couple of hours researching everything about these companies, everything about their latest press releases, their tweets, this, that, and the third, then matching it up with how we solve those for them, and then an overall, and even if that wasn't the reason, here's like 10 other reasons why you should. And we sent that to our patent advisory team, along the lines of, hey, we're a team, you haven't got a deal yet, we want a deal, and we're gonna help you, and if you find any use in this or value, great. I don't have a pride of who done it, I have a pride of it's done. And I'm not afraid to, again, I guess going back to the beginning of this, not afraid to work harder. I made it quite clear in my email, because again, it's a 6-month contract and only the first 4 months are mandatory. Like for instance, if I didn't want to renew and pay them again, I'm okay not to. There's something on the line for everyone. It wouldn't behoove me that a company, even if they had some really, really good news, say month 2 or month 3, would elect to, but let's just make sure we double and triple and keep that warm so that when month 4 came around, we could kind of front load all the backload all the progress and make sure that we keep that reoccurring going. So again, I don't care how, I just want it done. So I have good feelings about that. And then also with the companies that we know of, and I'm assuming there's more by now, I made sure to follow each one of them and I have their notifications. And what I can say is, what's quite cool is the largest of those companies, the one that's worth 700 billion, just days later did a partnership with OpenAI where they're selling them like 4.5 gigawatt. It's almost like dark matter. I don't need to see it. I just need to be able to have things bounce off of it, right? So like if you have an open space, it will reflect off it, kind of like sonar with submarines. So actually, you know what, let's call it that, sonar. I don't need to see the submarine. I just need to be able to track the outline of it by being able to bounce off it. So what I'm finding with our patent is the dark matter is real. Like every component of everything that we're looking at continually justifies its existence being within the tapestry of that, ecosystem. And I do think good things are going to happen. I also want to share something else though too. Before I do that, so the links are all set to expire today, but obviously as Nico would have found out, it went through. And the one thing I continually forget to do is to realize that we have 188 different countries worth of investors. Meaning at 1 a.m. I get an email from someone saying, hey, it's not, Monday by me and the link is dead. And I'm like, oh, lovely. So they have a 24-hour grace period, which I set up. So they are still technically working today. If you're from the US and use it, I'm not going to say no. So the corollary to that, and the reason I was mentioning that is, although this will never be written anywhere, because I don't know how to write it, where it could even be legal or enforceable or whatever. But anyone that knows me knows that it's going to be true because, it's me. Everyone knows that I'm in this divorce matter. And everybody knows it's gone over for 2 years. Everybody knows that I've said a couple of times that, some things have been not good, and that I don't actually blame my counterpart. I blame it being systemic. And this isn't related to my counterpart personally, but just counterparts in general. I believe any system designed to take actions based on someone's emotional reaction by poking and prodding them and saying, hey, while the person's emotionally inflamed, do you know what you can do if you say this, if you say this, if you say this? I think that's wrong. I think that's coercion. I think that's really, really ugly. And because everyone knows it, it's almost empowered it, because if everyone knows it and it continues going, it's so systemic that it's unable to be broken. So very early on, it was a mission of mine, kind of like Nicolas Cage in Face Off, that I was going to voluntarily allow myself to sink to the depths of how deep it goes and trust, like a diver that can hold his breath, that I would be able to resurface and not have died. The good news is I can share with you is that the resurface is well within sight. The 2 years are long behind us. So let's say I'm 100% certain, minus what I don't know that I don't know, that everything in front of me is voluntary. For instance, I've already got offers from my counterpart in personal matters like divorce and custodial and parenting and that stuff, which are far better than worst case scenarios even months ago, right? Now they're not up to where I want them, and that's the conversation that's being had, but as reasonable, respectable adults. So whatever the outcome is of two reasonable, respectable adults with the same goal in mind being the children that they both love, I trust. I think that's a good equation for a good outcome. I have 10 lawsuits outstanding right now. It's all pro se. I'm the head of all 10 of them. 3 of them already have opposing counsel. 2 of them have already responded with a motion to dismiss, where I put the motion that you're crazy and then their reply. One is decided August 1st whether it goes to trial. The other one is decided whether it goes to trial August 15th. The third one, they have to file their motion to dismiss by August 1st. So there's things happening. Now, what I did not know about our system, or at least the civil system, is you have all this time in the beginning to do motions to dismiss, blah, blah, blah. Then once it goes to the judge and the judge is like, we're not dismissing it, there's enough to go to trial. Then there's discovery and subpoenas and witness lists, this, that, and the third. The benefit of allowing myself to sink to the depths of those 2 years is that because I always knew the logic of what I was doing, I always acted well above reproach, I guess. I've always identified, cataloged, and audited and accounted for everything everyone else was doing and organized it in such a way that I always knew this day would come. The reason I say all that is because my counterparts, which are opposing counsels in these lawsuits, already know their client's guilty. Like I've already submitted, I didn't even have to when I've already submitted all the evidence. So what they have is like, he's got you. Like, here's a small, like you're dead to rights, he's got you. Let's do the motion to dismiss and see if we get lucky. And then once they saw my cross that you're cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, one of the lawyers actually wrote back to me, did you write this yourself? And I go, yeah. He goes, oh, just wondered. Once these judges say there's enough here to go to trial, what then happens is opposing counsel contacts you. Hey, listen, nobody wants to go to trial. What's it going to take to settle this? I have 10 of those. 3 of them might get dismissed voluntarily. So let's say I have 7. And there's going to be the big one. The big one I didn't even file yet. And again, I have everyone dead to rights. So the point of this story is I did not realize that there was like an outcome that ended up having money. Like when I sank to the depths of this, I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm going to just like put this on myself because I'm going to make money off it. No, it was like, I'm just going to see where this goes. I trust. What I'm finding out now is that there's going to be a lot of people that say, listen, what's it going to take to settle? I say all that because I've always said everything is rhino. And what I mean is, well, think about how much time I've spent writing these things. Could I have done something that was more patent related? Now, I would say yes and no. I would say no because I've never not did anything that I had to do. But yes, being anybody knows me knows I wouldn't be sitting around for 3 days with free time just twiddling I would have found something to do. Reasonably, to me, while most people have 9 to 5 jobs or they compartmentalize their life, I've always said I had 3 kids, Rhino, Christian, and Amaris. Meaning everything is just one pot. Point being, in the next couple of months, I find that there's going to be plenty of, and hopefully so, right, if I'm not wrong, plenty of money coming in. Whether it be patent, finally getting a partnership, whether it be different lawsuits that are settling, whether it be, fill in the blank. So to kind of round it all out, and the reason why I'm sharing this is for anybody that has not got in yet with the 24 hours that are still opening, that is thinking that are on the fence, this and that, I can't write on it, and I'm going to guarantee and collateralize it against my lawsuits. I'm pretty sure that's probably illegal. Oh, you're suing people to go ahead and back your business. And that's obviously, if you listen to, that's not the case. But in what world would I ever come into money when I've been accustomed to living on bread and butter the last 2 years and say, oh, I owe this really good person money that's been with me for 5 years, but I got this money from there and I'd rather let them just go bankrupt and say, see you later, kick. That would never actually happen. So I just want to share that out loud, that the good news is there's, more income coming. All right. Love y'all. Bye.